So the next character I'm going to be playing is another character introduced in Smash 4 that is a DLC character. Oh man, I can't believe he can actually do a backdash in this game. Alright, so I want to mention this right away. I don't play fighting games. While yes, Smash Bros is technically considered a fighting game, it is a completely different genre, aka a fighting... wait, what was it called? Platform fighter, that's what it's called. However, characters like Ryu is from what you would call a traditional fighting game. So he has things such as motion inputs, and lights, mediums, and heavies, and etc, etc. That I am not used to. Alright, this character might be a lot harder than I thought. I'm trying to do lights, but I keep doing mediums. I didn't even try to do smash. Okay, this controller. Oh yeah, motion inputs. Will I be able to do them? Okay. That one's like down, down, forward, and forward for the Hadouken. For the Shakunetsu, it is back. Hold on, back. Yeah, okay. No, okay, I got it. Next up is the Tatsumaki, which is the Hadouken but backwards. Interesting. And I can do these in the air, right? Air Hadoukens. That was on accident. That's gonna be the hardest one to do. What was it again? It was forward, down, down, forward. Am I doing it? No way! I thought this was gonna be a lot harder. I messed up already. Alright, so next up is Ryu. Versus Ken. Yep, that seems normal. Alright, so Ryu from... I'm trying to do a Hadouken. Ryu from the famous series Street Fighter. The series that innovated the fighting game genre. Oh my god, doing moves are so hard. I forgot a focus attack. How do I use this normally? Wait, I can cancel that, couldn't I? Okay, no, this character is not for me. So yes, Ryu is from the famous franchise Street Fighter, which that's supposed to be Chun-Li. Oh my goodness. Which popularized, no, it innovated on the fighting game, the fighting genre. Because before Street Fighter, most quote-unquote fighting games were, how do I say it, bland? So hard to do motion inputs. I don't play fighting games, man. Yeah, so before Street Fighter 2, yeah, it was Street Fighter 2, most fighting games were either boring or dookie. Zangy. Because Darkest Lariat. But once Street Fighter 2 was released, fighting games became much better. trying to do literally anything, but I keep doing down smash on accident. And ever since the release of Street Fighter 2, a lot of quote-unquote... Actually, no, a lot of... Blanca, okay. A lot of companies want to popular... What's the word? They want to take advantage of the whole fighting genre craze by copying what... quote-unquote copying what Street Fighter did. So we got a bunch of new series who followed the steps of Street Fighter, such as Tekken, then there's the company SNK, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, etc, etc. So basically, Street Fighter, when it comes to fighting games in general, is a big freaking deal. Yeah, no, I don't think I will main this character at all. This character is so hard to play as. Little Mac, Balrog. So, even though, as I mentioned before, I don't play fighting games, even though I don't know crap. Actually, no. Even though I don't play fighting games, I do know quite a bit about Street Fighter. Mostly because I like watching tournament videos of people playing fighting games. And when I heard about Ryu, I got interested in the Street Fighter series and just looked up a bunch of stuff. And that's how I learned about how Street Fighter... Oh my god, that was a missed input! And that's how I learned about basically Street Fighter lore. In fact, despite the fact that I don't own Street Fighter, like any of the Street Fighter games, or even play Street Fighter that much at all, I know a obscene amount of Street Fighter stuff. Vega? Because they're masked. Screw it, I'm playing traditional. Fuck.
Game. Continue.
How do people play this character? I'm trying to hit my left and I keep doing a freaking Tatsumaki. This character is so difficult. The last one has to be Bison. Nope, just Master Hand. It would be Bison. Assuming they decide to do that. It'd be Ganondorf, wouldn't it? Will I play Street Fighter? Nah. I'm not very fond of playing multiplayer games, to be honest. You know, I was expecting Ryu to be difficult, and I was warranted. I was hoping to learn him very quickly, but no, his motion inputs are like killing me. That's weird, considering it's Ryu after all.
Final.
Lucina.
3, 2, 1, go!
The worst part is that I gotta play quote-unquote Ryu again because there's Ken, who is an echo fighter of Ryu. Oh dear. That was almost bad. There we go. For once I did something good. Next up on the list is Pac-Man.
PacMan.
Ageless Classic.
Go!
Oh, this is gonna be a pain. Oh wait, I just realized it's been a while since I played Pac-Man. I mean, as Pac-Man. How do I... Okay. Okay, now I remember how to play. Ah, the mushroom. This'll do. How do you even control that bomb smash? Alright, that was a very strong start. Pac-Man from... well, Pac-Man. If I remember correctly, Pac-Man was the first gaming icon, I think. I'm not 100% on that. Basically, the first character that people widely recognized when it came to gaming in general. And because of the fact that Pac-Man... Actually, now I think about it, was Pac-Man even involved in the gaming crash? So, you've probably heard about this before, but during the very, very early days of gaming, at some point there was a gaming crash. Basically, because of the development of crappy games, gamers were like, okay, games are not that worth it, and eventually everyone who made a bunch of games, how do I say this? I don't remember what the gaming crash was exactly. I don't remember what happened or why it happened. No, now I remember. Okay. So a bunch of companies saw that gaming was profitable, probably because of Pac-Man. So they wanted a piece of the profit because, you know, greedy companies in a nutshell. So they decided to make their own games, but what they didn't realize was that games needed to be good. Like, no duh. So instead what they made was crappy games under the assumption that it'll just sell like pancakes. And because of that, a lot of the games during the early days were genuinely dog-doo. And because of the extremely low quality, a lot of people who normally buy games, or people who were interested in games, decided, you know what, gaming is not worth it because, you know, everything is crap. And this eventually caused a gaming crash. Basically, companies were making too many games, as in like in terms of development and producing copies, and no one is buying them. Because why the heck would anyone want to buy crappy games, you know? Like, you don't want to waste your hard-earned money on something that is something you won't like. Is that a bomb? It's a bomb. Yeah. Nice miss. The companies were producing too many games and too many copies, and gamers themselves aren't buying a single thing because they don't want it. So because of that, companies in general were like, okay, gaming's not profitable, get rid of everything, and essentially gaming almost died as a whole. And it wasn't until Nintendo, yes, Nintendo themselves, decided to release their NES to outside of Japan, and gaming was more or less revived. Oh my god. Why is there so many enemies? It's hard to talk and fight everyone at once. So the reason why I'm mentioning this in Pac-Man's video, or Pac-Man's section, is because Pac-Man was part of that era, and may or may not have contributed to the end of gaming, essentially. Because, as I said, Pac-Man was the first gaming icon, and everyone, like all companies, saw how profitable Pac-Man was, and they were like, we want to do that as well. So they followed suit behind what Pac-Man did, only to fail and essentially almost kill gaming altogether. Was it Pac-Man's fault? Absolutely not. It's just everyone being a greedy dickhead. Oh, that's so
Continue.
fucking cheese. Cheese, I tell ya.
Game.
Ah, Castlevania, I see. Alright, aside from... What was that? Oh yeah. I don't know his patterns at all. What was it? Damn it, I can't focus. So aside from the game crash, not much has happened with the Pac-Man icon, now that I think about it. I mean, yes, Pac-Man did have a 3D adventure game called Pac-Man's World, but aside from that, I don't think much has happened with Pac-Man at all. I mean, yes, the Pac-Man series did have a couple of maze games, but they were not that noteworthy. It's essentially like the first game, but more up-to-date visually. And as for where Pac-Man is right now, I actually don't know. I think they're making a remake of the first Pac-Man World game, and that's about it. Oh yeah, at some point they did remake Pac-Man, or what was it? No, reboot Pac-Man, and no one liked it. It's kind of weird now I think about it. Like, despite being the first gaming icon, not much has happened with Pac-Man, or well, anything notable happened. Like, don't get me wrong, like there's a bunch of games that are being made for Pac-Man since, you know, his introduction, but most of it, if not almost every single Pac-Man game, is so unnoteworthy, aside from the Pac-Man World stuff. Even had a cartoon, but no one liked it. Oh man, Pac-Man, what happened to you, man? Corin.
3, 2, 1, go!
Next character is Peach.
Ready? Go!
Alright, I'm gonna be very honest with you. This is like my bajillion attempt at trying to play as Peach. And this is not because of the usual reasons, but rather, I just don't know what to say about her. She literally has very, very, very little to go. No, like, she has very little substance about her. So let me go with what I know according to, like... Let me go from the ground level, okay? So first things first, she was introduced in Super Mario Bros. Alongside with Bowser. Her role in the Mario series has mostly been being a damsel in distress. Basically your stereotypic rescue the princess story from the olden days. I'm just gonna say the olden days because, well, I think it's been around since like the 1980s or probably further back. It's a really old what do you call it? Archetype? I think that's the right term. What else? I think that's about it because of the fact that she's been mostly the type of character you had to rescue in the Mario series, she had very little substance in terms of like personality, what she's capable of, what her backstory is, etc, etc. There's nothing going on for her. Heck, even the amount of games she has is like non-existent. Unlike every other Mario character except for Bowser and Bowser Jr., she, and well, I guess Rosalina, she has only 2 games as of currently. One of them was on the DS called Super Princess Peach, I think, where the story of that game was to rescue Mario this time, instead of, you know, Princess Peach being rescued. And she did it by using the power of her emotions. That sounds weird, but if you look at the gameplay, it's even weirder. And the second game that she has is her most recent game on this Nintendo Switch called... I actually don't know what it's called. It has something to do with theater. That much I know. And aside from that stuff, there's little... Yeah, there's very little when it comes to who Peach is. You know, things like, why is she a princess in a kingdom full of these mushroom people, even though she's clearly human? What powers she has? Because if I recall correctly, she might have magic. I say might because I'm not sure at all. Because the only time I've seen her use magic was in Mario & Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, where she used telepathy to lift Bowser out of her castle. But that's it. That's the only time where we've seen her use magic, and that's from a non-canon Mario game. But then, you know, she has the ability to float, which is canon, but is it magic? Like, Nintendo, do something with Peach. I literally don't know crap about her. Thankfully, in recent years, Peach has gotten more and more active roles in the Mario franchise. For example, in... which game was it? I think it was 3D World, where she was playable once again after a long amount of time. Because the first time she was playable was in Super Mario Bros. 2, which was a reskin of an already existing game, and then she became playable again in 3D World, which is thankfully canon. Then she became playable once more in the most recent Mario game. It was called Super Mario Bros. Wonder? I haven't played the game yet, so I actually don't remember what the name is. Hey. But aside from being playable and having 2 games, she has very... oh, 9.9. She has very low substance to her. I'm trying to think, does she have anything important about her, character-wise? We don't know why she is a princess. We don't know the full extent of her power. She doesn't have that many games. And I'm not... you know what? It's not that surprising that she doesn't have that many games to begin with, because we don't know crap about her. In fact, we don't know what she's capable of, and such and such. So how can you make a game about a character who doesn't have anything going on for her? Though thankfully, from what I've heard, the theater game that Peach has is good. I think was the Super Princess Peach game also good? That one I don't think I've heard anyone talk about. Oh wow, this was a flawless run. Yeah, Peach is quite the anomaly when it comes to the Mario franchise. Even Rosalina has more substance to her. And she hasn't been around that long.
Wow! Incredible! Congratulations!
Falco.
3, 2, 1, go!
That seems to be a mistake, but alright. It'll do. Okay, next up is R.O.B. This one is gonna be interesting. And right away, I can tell that there is quite a difference. The default skin is usually red and white, but now it's white and gray. And if I remember correctly, it's because... what was it? I think the red and white one is supposed to be the Japanese version, while the gray and white one is supposed to be the USA version. So R.O.B is a very interesting character, and that's because R.O.B is not actually from a game. Alright, sorry about that. I gotta focus for a second. Yes, R.O.B is not a video game character, but rather a toy character from Nintendo's history of making toys. Or was it? No, actually no. How do I say this? R.O.B is a very, very interesting character because one, he's not a video game character, but rather a toy that is related to video games. Does that make sense? Basically, there's a toy that Nintendo made, and the whole function of the toy was so that you can play multiplayer, but with, you know, instead of an actual human buddy, it is with a toy robot, aka R.O.B. However, the thing about what was it? But the thing about R.O.B is that you can only play very specific games. Hold up. They're being annoying. Okay. So yeah, you can only play very, very specific multiplayer games with R.O.B. And I don't know if R.O.B was a commercial failure. I mean, sure, Seg wasn't a success, but was it a failure? I don't remember. By the way, I am not old enough to know anything about the R.O.B stuff. I just know about it because of other YouTubers talking about R.O.B. I think about it, R.O.B would be one of the 2 rare instances. Wait, is it 2? No. I'm trying to think. Yeah, no, R.O.B is the only Smash Bros. Character whose origins is not with a video game, but rather, well, it's a toy. And what was that? It wasn't until, what was it? Mario Kart DS when R.O.B officially became a quote-unquote video game character. When he became a guest driver that you can unlock in Mario Kart DS.
Keep training and working on your sides.
And it wasn't until Smash Bros. Where R.O.B gained a unique identity. AKA being, you know, the main, well, not main, the guy who caused a lot of problems in the Subspace Emissary. But aside from that, R.O.B doesn't have much of a history other than being a toy.
Focus on stretching your body. Now, return to your original position.
And now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure... I'm trying to think, what does R.O.B have? Oh wait, his down B. So obviously most of R.O.B's moveset is made, is an original creation. However, the only thing that was from R.O.B's original creation is his down B, where he uses this spinny thingy. What's it called again? Gyro, was it? And weird thing is that that's how R.O.B quote unquote played games with others, is by putting this spinny thingy onto a button to, you know, represent pressing an A or B button. Other than that, R.O.B is completely unique from, well, everything. It's just so freaking hard to short hop. Robot's a robot. Okay, that's suction. I'll remember that. Alright, I am a complete donkey at this game. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Wow! Incredible! Congratulations!
Oh wait, that just made me remember something. Well, there's the toy right there. Aside from, you know, being a toy and being in Mario Kart DS, he's been referenced a lot in a lot of modern Nintendo games. Mega Man. So, for example, in Pikmin 2, you can actually get R.O.B's head. That's about it. That sounds kind of grim, but it's... If you know what Pikmin 2 is about, you see what I mean by that. Actually, was he in F-Zero? No, I think it was just exclusively in Captain Falcon's stage in Smash Bros. I'm trying to remember, was R.O.B ever referenced anywhere else? Or was he just that forgotten? Because now I think about it, I don't think I've ever seen any Japanese media at all even referencing R.O.B at all. People will reference the freaking, the red headset thingy, I forgot what it's called. But no one would talk about R.O.B at all. How forgotten is this thing? Alright, time to focus. I can't lose this.